Hello, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Talking About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, Rochester, New York. You can catch all our interviews on all the streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Also, you can check out our new website, talkingaboutrock.com. Today we have for you an Indiana-based blues rock outfit, the Cold Stairs. For the past 10 years, they have toured the world relentlessly as a guitar and drum duo, playing alongside artists like Larkin Poe, Rival Songs, Spoon, and more. The band turned heads with their bare-bones setup, earning comparisons to the Black Keys, White Stripes, and Royal Blood. Then, following the pandemic and a return to Indiana, the band made the decision to embrace a new kind of chemistry with an addition of a third member, bassist Bryce Clue. They've landed deals with Chevy, Fender, Gibson, toured Europe with Joe Bonamassa, and seen their streaming numbers double overnight, reaching heights unseen by other blues rock artists. They have released 6 EPs and 4 independent studio albums, and are now gearing up to release their new album, Voices, on March 10th from Mascot Records. Next, we chat with guitarist-singer Chris Tapp on Talking About Rock. Okay, let's welcome Chris Tapp from the Cold Stairs to the show. Chris, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So, you guys are originally from Madisonville in Western Kentucky, and you guys formed the band in what, 2009?
We started playing around in 2009. We probably hit the road going as a band more 2011, 2012. Brian and I were playing in the band prior to this one. So right around that time we started playing. I was in Madisonville. Brian was in Henderson, Kentucky, which is just 20, 30 minutes away.
Okay, and looks like your first 4 albums have accumulated more than 20 million Spotify streams. That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Been very fortunate.
Yeah, you guys have had a lot going on. I mean, besides that, 2012, you released A Cold Wet Night and A Howling Wind. You sold over 25,000 copies. You reached #1 on Amazon's Music Blues Rock Albums charts. Another very impressive thing. You also did, you had your title track from Headbent in 2017 was used in a Dodge commercial. Tell us a little about that. That's really cool.
Yeah, Scott at Small Stone Records. That album came out on Small Stone, which is a label out of Detroit, and we had a couple good syncs on there. We had that song. We had a song that made it to. We had the Dodge commercial. We had ESPN.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that next. Yeah, you had the 2018 Mountain album with Sleeping with Lions, which used in the Animal Kingdom on TNT, a Monster Energy commercial, and ESPN and the X Games. You guys have been a little all over here, it looks like, really starting out. That's great.
You have to kind of hit it at all angles just to kind of get your head above water these days. But yeah, we've been very, very lucky and very blessed with some of these placements. They definitely help.
Well, the music is definitely outstanding. There's no doubt about it. And definitely the audience is loving it for sure. You know what I mean? You made Amazon bestsellers list in the hard rock category also in 2019 with Ways.
Yep.
It's been nonstop. I mean, I could keep going. You guys have got a lot of accomplishments going on. Your song Mojo Hand is the trailer song for Cyberpunk 2077. I know a lot of video game fans are waiting for that game for a long time to come out. I know my son was. He's a big video game fan. You got over 10 million streams on YouTube. That's outstanding, man. It's just great. How does that feel, man? This is like the beginning, you guys, but all this stuff has been going on, right, for the last few years.
It feels good, man. It's a little bit of validation for the work. You work really hard for a long time. It's not so much of just working for the last decade on this band as much as it's been just working your whole life towards this stuff. And some of the stuff like the Cyberpunk thing, actually, like you said, that movie or the video game had been delayed a couple times.
Right. Yep.
And when we got that sync, when we got that licensing for that, they wouldn't even tell us what the video game was.
What the game was. It was all
yeah.
hush hush, right?
It was hush, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they finally told us, and then they were like, okay, but you can't tell anybody till it comes out. And then they kept on delaying it. And I was like, oh my goodness, we got this big thing. We can't even announce it. So yeah, and then we couldn't release the song until the video game had been out for a year. So
oh, you had to wait on that as well.
Yeah.
That's understandable. They wanted everybody to check it out there. So that kind of brings us up to date a little bit to the new release coming out March 10th, Voices. So tell us a little bit about putting that together.
Well, this is our first album with a bass player. We were a duo for a decade, and we had done a tour in Europe, and our record label had saw us play live, and they said, man, you guys sound amazing, but we miss the guitar solos. And, I was modifying the set a little bit live because I couldn't cover all that. And we just decided to go in and make a record knowing that we were going to be a 3-piece, and knowing, me being able to write the album a little bit more based on knowing that I'd have somebody to cover on the bass. So we got Bryce Clee in the band in December, and went in. We did 2 gigs with him and went right in the studio and did the record. And yeah, we're really, really excited about this one. Really proud of it. It's got a lot of different aspects to it, a little bit different than the last record, Heavy Shoes, which was a little bit more tightly grouped songs. These are a little bit all over the place, and it's kind of what we were going for now that we had Bryce, just kind of spread out and do some different things. So
right.
Excited.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So I was checking out some of your earlier tracks. I really liked Any Way the Wind Blows. Video is very cool for that. Obviously, real catchy, gets your attention, but the new tracks are also outstanding, man. Like, I was listening to The Joy. Love that, man. That's such a great groove. You got a great voice on that. It sounds excellent. Tell us a little bit about putting that track together, because I think it's a really standout track for sure.
Thank you very much. That's one that we normally wouldn't have done on the other records. And, I've kind of shied away from love songs in general. And, it's felt like it was time. We had a bass player, and I think it just kind of freed me up to I just started writing whatever came to me. And I've been in a good relationship. I've been remarried about 10 years now, and good relationship. And I think you just kind of write what and what's honest to you at the moment. And that one came out. And like I said before, that one would have probably popped out, and I would have said, well, it's a cool riff or cool idea, but not really us as a 2-piece. But with Bryce, we're able to pull it off. So that one's fun. And it's the guitar riff is a little dissonant in the verses, which I kind of liked, because the verses kind of told the story of, being in a bad place, and the chorus is getting to be a good place. So
yeah, I think it's definitely a very uplifting song, and you can just feel it very heartfelt. And I think that really connects with an audience greatly. And I really like the track so much. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to check out the track for The Joy, play the video for that. And we'll be right back here with Chris Tapp on Talking About Rock.
Ready when you are. Times when every day was so dark and cold, like a winter that lasts forever, deep within my soul. Then one day the curtains came up, and the storyline had changed. The tribulations and sorrow went away, and you are like the sun after the rain. And you are like the joy that erases the pain. something's gonna change. Then one day I saw your smile, the clouds parted above. I traded all my sorrow for your love. And you are like a sunshine after the rain. And you are like the joy that erases the pain. Like the sunshine after the rain. You are like the joy that erases the pain. You are like the sunshine after the rain. You are like the joy that erases the pain.
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock with Chris Tapp. Just checked out the video for The Joy. Like we were talking about, just an outstanding track, really, really heartfelt, really gives you a lot of feeling through that, a lot of positivity, I think comes through in that. And just the like you were saying, basically the joy is what it shows for sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, excellent. So, and you have another track out that's releasing now. You got Throw the Stone out now also. You want to tell us a little bit about that track? That's the new release, actually, right?
That's the latest release. So we've had Nothing But the Blues, Come For Me, Throw That Stone, and Joy. So 4 singles leading into the album, and it's put us over 1 million streams before the album's released. So that's been great.
That is outstanding. Yeah. So
Throw-
do they have like a tentative date maybe for the album? Or are they gonna
Yeah,
wait a little
it's-
while? Or
No, it's March 10th. So we're
oh, that's right.
about
We're
a month-
talking about that. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, we're just about a month away, and we got a lead single that comes out with the album called "Got No Right," which is going to be a fun one too. We've got a video for that one coming too. "Throw That Stone" was one I kind of had in my head for a while. I like to put a couple kind of rootsy things on every record. That was a big influences. Mine was a lot of the old blues artists that kind of did a gospel blues type thing, and I kind of just reimagined some just kind of that story from the Bible about the stones being thrown. Let the first person without sin throw the stone.
Cast
but I
the
kind of
first stone. Yeah.
kind of reimagined it in an old west type environment where back in the old west, the judge and jury a lot of time was much different than it is today, and just trying to be in a position of not being judgmental about things. And it could easily be you on the other side of things. So just kind of took that viewpoint and just went old school with it. So
Yeah, it's very cool. I checked out the video for that as well, and you folks need to check that out too. Check out the video for Throw the Stone. Really cool, like you said, harken back to the Old West stage, and a lot of cool graphics in there. Really, really neat. So the album's coming out March 10th, and then what's next for you guys? You got some dates lined up already, or what's the plan of attack, as they say?
yeah, we're on tour right now, off and on. We've got some big release parties March 10th and 11th, and then we've got a Midwest run in the States, and then a kind of a mid-South run out through Kansas City and below that. And then in May, we leave for Europe again. So we're over there for almost a month. We come back for a week or two, and then we go back to Europe in July, we're headlining the second stage at the Maiden Stone Festival
Oh,
in
excellent.
Kent, in England, which is the replacement for the Ramblin' Man Festival, if you've heard of that one. So that one's going to be good. And we're going to do some touring in the UK then, and then back States, more touring. And then this fall, we're planning on dropping another record probably in October. So
Excellent, excellent. You guys are so busy. So if folks want to check out more about you, should they visit your website or on social media? Where should they check you out?
yeah, it's all just, if you check out the website, it's thecoldstairs.com. All the social media stuff is just backslash the Cold Stairs. And of course, we're on Spotify and Apple and the whole shebang.
Yeah, and the streams are going crazy for you guys, man. People are digging it. Really, really great stuff. Like I was saying, man, I love it. Love checking it out. I can't wait to hear the whole album and hopefully maybe catch you guys sometime in the States live. That would be amazing. So very cool.
Would love that.
Yeah, definitely. All right. And thank you so much for being on the show today. We really appreciate it so much. And if you folks out there have comments or questions for us, please feel free to email us at talkingboutrock@gmail.com. You can like us and follow us on all the social media platforms and check out the video for this interview on our YouTube channel. And it'll be also streaming on all the platforms as well. Chris, again, thanks for being with us today, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me again.
All right.